Well, it is Monday morning, March the 27th, and the new owner of the Washington Commanders is we don't know because as promised it didn't happen. It didn't happen. I don't know, folks. It's weird because the other owners in the National Football League seem to have taken a step backwards, and they have said, we're not going to vote Dan Snyder out. We're going to we're going to let this play out. We're going to allow Dan Snyder to see how much money that he can get out of this whole thing. Seems like he's doing pretty well with the bids. So why not just let him play this thing out and see who the next owner is going to be, see who the winning bidder is going to be, and then we'll talk about this later. Maybe in a special meeting without media. Maybe we will talk about this Monday afternoon, maybe Tuesday afternoon. We'll talk about this, but we're not going to put this to a vote. Seems like to me, as an outsider, it seems like this is a complete 180 because just about like a month ago, the owners were pretty much like, he's got to get out of here. There's already enough votes to vote Dan Snyder out. So Dan Snyder has no choice. He needs to do the right thing. Even Jerry Jones seemed like that he was the guy who was helping to navigate, making sure that the sale gets done correctly. So even his buddy seemed like that he's full force in getting this thing done, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, but wait, there's more. And us fans are sitting here going, oh. And then you got a lot of the fans on social media, the ones who will not believe anything, who are like, I told you so. I told you this was all a farce. Dan Snyder is not selling this team whatsoever. He's going to remain the owner of this team indefinitely. Now that's we've already reached a point of no return on this. Dan Snyder is selling the team, folks. That there's no two ways from Sunday on this. I can bet my reputation on this, and I probably don't have much of a reputation, so there you go. But Dan Snyder is selling the Washington Commanders. That we know of. It's just the question of when is all this going to be final. And right now, he's doing exactly what anybody in business would do. They're trying to get as most out of the sale that they possibly can get. Do you blame him for that? No, I don't blame him for that one bit. But certainly, as far as his customers, the fans, we just want to see this done. We want him out. We want to see a new era in Washington. I mean, absolutely. I think not just the Washington fans. I think football fans in general, NFL fans in general, just want to see something different. Because for so long, he has beat up on this once proud franchise. And this once proud franchise was one of the most desirable franchises in the league. I think it was probably even one of the was it one of the wealthiest franchises in the league? If not, it was right up there, and at the top. And today, it is like situated around number 8. So, in the 20 plus years that Snyder has owned this team, is taking a nosedive. And so while he has made hand over fist in terms of money, his success is that's where he measures his success from. But when it comes to sports franchises, you measure your success differently. Yes, you can earn a lot of money off of it, but when it comes down to it, a sports franchise is measured in success of do you have fans, your own fans there every single time that a game is being played? And are you winning ball games? Are you winning championships? Are you a championship caliber team? Are you in the playoffs on a consistent basis? Are you eventually in the Super Bowl? I mean, those items right there really is what is a measure of a sports franchise, particularly in this case, a football franchise in the NFL. That is your measure of success. And because that success and that wealth is spread amongst the rest of the league. And if you continue to tear down your own team, you're not doing any wonders for the rest of the league either. You're especially not doing any wonders for yourself. And if you look at the stands on Sunday, and those Washington fans who have attended football games on a regular basis can confirm this, but 9 times out of 10, you're going to see a half-empty stadium. You're not going to see that many Washington fans. You're usually going to see quite a few visiting fans there, quite a bit, especially if it's Eagles fans, if it's Cowboys fans, Giants fans. I can even attest to that, having been to an NFC East matchup there at FedEx. There was just as many, if not more, Giants fans at the game I went to than it was Redskins fans back then. So, I mean, those are the things you have to measure as far as ownership goes. And so there's too many reasons why Dan Snyder will sell this team. So it is very disappointing that we didn't get a notice in Twitter or something saying Dan Snyder has agreed to accept the bid of this group or that group. The sale is going to be final. We were hoping to have a vote on this and it all be done, and this was been the best time. And now it may be stretched out who knows when. So all I can say to the rest of you football fans, Washington fans, and I'm telling myself this as well, be patient. I know Rick Snyder on his YouTube channel, he had a video the other day that said, be patient. And I'm telling you the same thing as my cat is trying to push down my camera. I'm telling you to be patient because it is going to happen. We may hear something today. We may hear something tomorrow. It may not be until a month down the road. But as we start to hear about more bidders just coming out of the woodwork, eventually Snyder's going to have to say, you know what? All right, these are the groups that I have. You got to eventually close the door, right? You can't leave this open indefinitely. It's like an eBay auction, right? You can't leave it open for forever. You got to eventually have an end date to this. And Snyder's going to try to get as much as he can, but at the end of it, you're going to have billions of dollars. So just be satisfied with that. Get it, get out. Let us move on with our lives. Folks, if you enjoy this video, please give it a like. Leave me a comment. Comment section helps the algorithm out a whole lot. Helps this channel out a whole lot. Helps me out a whole lot. If you want to help this channel out a whole lot as well, you can visit my Etsy page. It's Envy Artwork. It is on Etsy. It's an Etsy store. I do everything from Washington Commanders mugs, which I sold the other day. I have a Washington Redskins garden banner. I have those stinking Dallas Cowboys garden banner, which this one's actually pretty neat, actually. Cincinnati Bengals. I've got a bunch of NFL banners like that. Even got the Red Wolves, because you never know. Alternate Commanders logos, because I think we need a better logo, honestly. For you who still like the Red Hogs, and I'm diving into different types of music shirts, stuff for kids, cool abstract artwork. Um, if you like um, scenery from New York and places like that, I just have something for everybody. It's Envy Artwork. You got to check it out. You get something in return for your money, and it's made from my designs, and I'll put it on either canvas, or I'll put it on metal, anything like that. I'll make a mug, t-shirts. Reach out to me if there's something that you're considering that you would love for me to design. I've already had someone who's reached out to me wanting me to make a John Riggins mug, and so I'm trying my best to get a good design like that going, and then I'll put that on a mug and put it in my Etsy store. So just check it out. It's Envy Artwork. I got a link in the description in this video below. Folks, take care. I will see you in the next one. Hey, you stayed until the very end. Thank you so much. Watch another one right now.